But it's like, but when you come out of that thing, you can look back at the decisions you made once the dust has settled, you know? And it's like, dang, I'm proud of how I handled that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Creative people, welcome to 2021. We made it.
We did it, y'all.
We made it.
We here.
2020 was a whole hoe.
Oh my gosh.
But we made it out.
Bleep.
Yeah, put the emoji on my face. If you're watching this with kids, I'm sorry.
Oh.
Got the guys in the building.
Yep.
Got Will Stitt to my left. Joe Stitt to my right. I was trying to figure out.
You forgot my name for a second.
No,
it's okay.
I was trying to figure out my left from my right. That's what it really was. What's going on, guys?
East or West, because East or West doesn't change.
You're right. Well, but then you still have to know.
Yeah, which way we're facing east right now. So that'd be south and north.
And we are officially off the rails.
Yep. Squirrel.
2 minutes.
Yeah.
What's going on, guys?
I mean, look, it's a new year and I'm happy about it, but I will say that when it comes to what are the aspirations or New Year goals? Resolutions, as people call them. I feel like they're ever going and growing and changing. So
yeah.
I'm just saying that to say I didn't start my resolutions on January 1st. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's good.
That's good stuff.
Some started in October, some started in August, some started in December. So
it's not a light switch that you just turn on.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I think that's where people mess up.
Exactly. That's how you set yourself up for failure.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Feeling?
It's a new year, man. I'm ready for. I was very happy that 2020 was over, but I also understand. I think it's funny because people just feel like, all right, December 31st at 11:59, it's good. Like the expiration date is over.
I was just about to say that
like,
all the bad things have expired.
Right,
guys, it doesn't quite work like that. Just so we're clear, but I do believe. I believe, like, you know, I'm hoping that this year will be better. But to me, I will say, like, I'm appreciative of 2020.
Yeah.
Because I think 2020 really highlighted a lot of those weak areas.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
and
for sure.
I'm glad that a lot of the stuff happened because now you're aware of the areas that you got to work on.
Right.
And so now I'm like, okay, this is the stuff I got to stop or start doing coming into this new year and stuff. So I like it. I appreciate it. I mean, I don't like it. Don't get me wrong. I have a very much of a love-hate relationship with 2020. But yeah, man, like, let's do the darn thing.
I mean, you kind of segued into what we're talking about. I just want to just go back because I realized last episode y'all introduced yourself and I didn't even say what my name was.
Oh, bless you.
Hi, I'm Christina.
All right. The woman with the master plan. That's what that is. That's who she is.
Semi. Trying. So yeah, you were just talking about it. We didn't get to do an episode like recapping 2020, you know? And I just wanted to take some time, not to just reflect on like necessarily all the bad things, and honestly, once we move into a new year, I'm not the type of person that likes to like look back at the previous year, but in this case, because we didn't do a recap, like what are some lessons that we learned in 2020 that we can carry over into 2021? You know, because I learned a lot. I went through a lot. Listen, 2020 was one of my worst years ever.
That's real.
It was like one of the most challenging years, but still like overall, like a very good year. So much to take away, but who wants to start?
Rock,
some
paper,
lessons.
scissors, or
I mean, it's so many things, honestly. But I think one thing to start that I will highlight with is to, I guess, know my worth. And I really don't like that saying because I feel like it's so loosely used on social media all the time. Oh, know your worth. Know your worth,
low
girl.
Key, though, that was almost mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and it's cool, but it's like it becomes so cliche because people, you good?
Mm-hmm.
It becomes so cliche because it's like you still gotta do the work. You know what I'm saying? You gotta start somewhere. And I definitely understand that. But there's also a point where you have to know that it's like, you know what? Like, I'm better than this. You know what I'm saying? And accept it. And I think with everything comes humility. And it's important to always be grounded. But when you are that, it's also important to recognize that it's like, nah, like I'm better than this, or
I deserve more than
I
this.
deserve better or more than this, or whatever it may be. I think anything within reason, that's why it's so important to be grounded. Who do you have around you keeping you grounded and humble and all of that. So
we talked about that last episode too.
Yeah.
The importance
like
of people and
community. Yeah. So I'll start with that. It's been a lot of ups and a lot of downs, but I think 2020 was definitely a turning point for me personally, just creatively, financially, business.
Amen.
And from a business mindset, I've learned so much.
Yeah.
Like even with taxes, like that taxes is the one financial thing that I have always just been confused about and just didn't get it.
Right.
I learned about credit cards and credit scores and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, it's
especially
just
as a creative though, because
being self-employed and everything like that. It's
totally
so much
different thing.
It's really different, So I'm thankful for the experiences that I had in 2020, whether they be good or bad, or what do they say, indifferent.
Yeah.
But it's experience at the end of the day. So I'm thankful for that.
Yeah. That's real good. I think for me, I feel like it kind of leans into a little bit of what you're saying. Like I think for me, knowing, because when we first went on quarantine this year, or excuse me, in 2020, because we're in the new year now, I think it was a moment for me because I'm like, okay, how am I gonna make money? How am I gonna do? And I think because I started to see how important the little things are, and promoting yourself and having your process fine-tuned and doing all those little things. And I think like how that will lead into more business or personal growth, whatever the case is. And so for me, I was like, man, I found out how easy it is to slip into a place of complacency. And you can be comfortable with, I did it, like I've mastered this particular area of what I do, and now I can ride that out. But like you have to, like I realize you have to really be constantly pushing yourself to do the next thing. It's like it's like going up a mountain and you reach like one level and then you just kind of like relax.
You're like, whoo,
man, I'm glad I'm here now. Woo. It's like this is a little bit easier, but now I can't set up shop here. I can't pitch my tent. So real. I can't do none of that. I have to say, okay, now I might spend a day here, I might spend 2 days here, but now back to the climb. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think like this year I realized, man, I got to push myself. Or this past year, it's fresh.
We're still
still in that little in between stage. Yeah,
the first week of January.
Right.
Yeah. Side note, just a fun joke. I remember I saw a post, like a Twitter post, and some dude was like, "Hey guys, this was like the day, like this is January 2nd. He's like, guys, good news. I'm only 1 day behind on my Bible reading plan. I'm only 1 day behind on my year Bible reading plan." But yeah, man, it's just like constantly like pushing yourself to be better.
Yeah.
And realizing like if you don't, you will be left behind, Like I remember I've heard this many years like in church and but it's like I feel like you're always moving, whether that's forward or backwards, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And it's like if you're not like, it's almost like roller skating uphill. If you're not pushing yourself, if you stop, you're going to start moving backwards.
Great analogy.
Yeah. And so now I realized that like even more this past year and like, okay, now I got to be on my game this year. I have to be thinking about the next thing. Okay, this is done, or I've gotten a grasp on this new concept or whatever. Now, how can I build on top of that? How can I push myself to be better in this area? How can I be better with my business? How can I be better with understanding how to deal with customers and clients and stuff like that? So, yeah, that's the main highlight for me from past 2020, man.
Yeah, that's good stuff. I have, mine is kind of similar to yours. Mm-hmm. For me, I learned the importance of adapting. and adapting quickly, because a lot of things were just coming at us left and right. And it's like, all right, if you take too long to kind of grasp whatever this is, you're kind of going to be like fighting against the current, against the tide, and it's just going to exhaust you even more. So when things are coming up, that it's not planned, how do you solve problems even quicker than before? Like, it was a lot. I mean, I can go into depth, but it was just a lot of shoots that didn't go as planned, or, we're focusing on this thing, something else happens. Now we got to pivot and go to this thing. And it's just like, all right, I'm trying to just not get overwhelmed, but still make sure that we're doing our jobs efficiently. But then also like navigating, like we're in the matrix here, so that's what I learned. And I just going back again to like, not just adapting, but doing it quickly. Because the longer it takes you, it's just going to be a nightmare, especially creatively. If you're exhausted or overwhelmed, creatively, like that's the mental side of it is like more than half of your job.
Yeah.
As a creative is making sure that you're good.
Absolutely. And I would say like, that's really like, that's where you make your money. To me, like this is like I've always said, like this is okay. Sports, football example here. I've always said like coaches make their money at halftime. It's like because you have a whole game plan with coming into the game, and then you get knocked in the mouth in the first half. Coaches make their money at halftime adjustments, and when they can make those adjustments at halftime and come back better in the second half. That to me shows a good coach.
Yeah.
That can on the fly say, okay, we thought this was going to work, but it didn't. So now we're going to do this instead, and this should fix our problem. Right. And the same way when it comes to creatives and the stuff that we do on shoots, all the other things, all the stuff, your money is made in your adjustments. Because what if you show up to that site and they say, nah, you can't shoot here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or maybe, something happens and somebody can't come, or, like things like what kind of adjustments can you make at halftime? Right. You know what I mean?
And that's just like production stuff that we're doing. That I don't like in different fields that can look completely different.
Yeah. And I think that just goes into planning in general. And when plan A falls through, you got plan B and hopefully maybe even plan C.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's it too. Like, how do you start to anticipate things going wrong? Go ahead.
That's the thing, though. I think that anticipation almost becomes innate once you really get that ball rolling and you're starting to find your rhythm. You can start to see when something's getting ready to fall through before it does. Therefore, you can catch it.
And you know what? I'm saying The Matrix, but this is like years of context clues because I've never seen The Matrix before. But
I might have seen that thing.
I'm using it
right. Wait. You've never seen The Matrix?
Going back to what William said. I don't
think I've seen it either, to be honest.
Are you serious?
I've seen like bits and pieces,
I don't know.
Not like
it's just one of those movies that was just really popular, so about. Like, it's a household name, but I don't know if I've like seen it in its entirety.
Exactly.
We're gonna move on. I'm just gonna say you guys need to watch The Matrix. Yeah. It's like I'm not gonna get into the second or the third. But I think you do need to watch The Matrix.
Quick segue.
Quick, and then we got to come back or else I'm going to forget.
10 seconds. Speaking of The Matrix, y'all know The Office just moved to Peacock from Netflix. And they had a cold opening that had never been aired before
seen. Yep.
Yeah. It was phenomenal.
It was really funny. Y'all just go watch it. I think it's on Peacock's YouTube channel.
This is how we go off because now I'm ready to just...
We're back.
All right, back. So what you were saying was... anticipating it.
Yeah.
And, and the more you anticipate, what were you saying?
The more you anticipate and the more you get in that rhythm and really start getting concrete in that position or whatever, you'll be able to begin to see the things that are, how am I trying to say, see them fall apart, for lack of better words, before it actually falls. But you can see where a situation is heading.
Yeah.
Therefore, you know what to do to prevent it from getting to that point.
That reminds me, there was this one particular shoot that we had last year. Both of you were there. So when I say it, it's going to ring a bell. But we were shooting in this place that we had never been before. We're setting everything up. And I'm just like, man, when this person gets here, I just have a feeling that they're just not gonna like the set.
Oh yeah.
You know, I'm like, I just feel it. And I said it to a friend of ours. I'm like, I just feel like they're not gonna like it. But let's just keep setting it up, you know, just in case they do. Of course, this person walks in, they're like, let's just switch everything. And I'm like,
and let's put it all the way on the other side.
Yeah. But the difference was by this time I had started to anticipate things going wrong. You know, so I remember the entire drive. I'm like, Lord, something's going to happen today. Something's going to go wrong. But when it happens, give me quick solutions.
Yeah.
You know, help me to not be upset about it. Because I think a lot of times we respond emotionally, which is my second lesson that I'll go into in a second. But, you know, because I anticipated it, when it happened, it wasn't even like I'm mad about it. I'm like, let's just knock it out. And then once we did that, it went smooth.
That's so true. Because had you not have anticipated, right?
I would have been pissed.
Because here's the thing. I was probably what you were had you not known about it. Because I was...
Oh no, I remember because I was
hot.
Yeah, like I don't usually see Joseph like that, but that day
I must have missed it.
I didn't pop all. I ain't do nothing that would really show it, but internally I was hot. I was not happy.
I didn't catch it.
Was not happy.
You talking about it's chairs, it's audio lines, it's microphones,
it's a whole set.
It's a whole set.
Whole
lighting,
set.
everything.
Cameras, all
Let's
that.
move the entire thing. Like what? What
do you
mean?
know how much time this takes to set up?
Thankfully, though, we ended up not having to move it. We were able to change something. I don't remember what.
Yeah, we switched out like chairs for like a table and everything.
Yeah. It worked out.
It worked out
Thankfully.
so well that you wouldn't have even known, you know, that there was something else that was there before.
Yeah.
Like it really worked out well. But my reaction would have been your reaction.
Yes.
You know, had I not anticipated something happening. You know, you always hope for the best. But I'm like, I just feel like, and there's no way to prepare for that. Yeah. You know?
They really say
there's
you
no plan B.
The more optimistic way is to hope for the best and be ready when it comes. But the more realistic is sometimes just go ahead and prepare for the worst.
Yeah. So, and it was already, it was a long day. It was an early morning, and I was just, hey, thank God. Thank God we got through it.
Yeah.
But my second biggest takeaway from last year was learning to not respond too emotionally to everything.
Mm-hmm.
Because listen, when I tell you, we were talking before we started recording.
I know.
Woo.
But God.
But God, because when I tell you I have never wanted to F it. When I tell you I have never wanted to curse out more people than I did in 2020.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't think I had ever been through a more taxing year than 2020. Mm-hmm. You know, but just learning how to not necessarily control. Well, I guess control my emotions in a way that, you know, I'm not making decisions out of anger or out of frustration.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, because had I made decisions based on that. There are things that have happened since good things that would not even be in effect, you know, if I were to respond irrationally.
Right.
And even though my emotions were justified based on situations that happened, not letting it influence my decision making.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, when
That's
everything
good.
around you and everything inside of you, just about everything inside of you is telling you to go left. But really, like, you know, deep down, like, I need to go right.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, and even being mindful of how you express things to people, because naturally people are going to empathize with you, and people will be
How
as
and who.
Yep.
Yeah.
And who
And
you
they'll gas you up to do the wrong thing.
Yeah,
That's
but with the right heart.
Yeah.
You know,
Exactly.
like people empathize with you and they want you to not be upset or whatever. So and they understand the frustration that you're dealing with. So like you'll be upset, you tell other people, they'll get upset with you, and it's like, yeah, let's go left. You need to go left.
Get the pitchforks.
But deep down, right, deep down, I'm like, oh, I want to go left, but I need to go right.
Yeah.
So just becoming more emotionally intelligent, one, and two, really, really, really learning to listen to the Holy Spirit to be like, hey, right.
Do you feel like in situations like that, did you have to be like, I have to limit the things that I share with people?
Yes.
Like a lot of the stuff that
Yeah.
Because I feel like
wisdom, honestly,
it really is, because I was gonna just make this example. Like, I know like a lot of people talk about like in marriage, don't go complaining to your family about your spouse all the time, because the thing is, you eventually you gonna move on. Y'all gonna be all right, but your family
still gonna be mad.
They gonna still hold on to everything,
upset.
and it's like now when you come back to them, it's like it's a biased opinion. You
Right.
know what I mean? So I guess I thought of that when you were saying that. It's like, man, you got to be careful, because like that could set you up.
Yeah. And then on top of that, going back to your reference, like I think you have to shield people from a certain perspective.
That's good.
And even whether they deserve it or not, like let me not have everybody looking at this person like they're evil.
Yeah.
Even though
important.
it feels like it sometimes. But just for me, I know I was in a position where I dealt with a lot of things solely because of the, I guess, leadership position that I was in.
Yeah.
And I had to learn, okay, I'm not going to tell them this.
Yeah.
When it's major, I'll let them know.
Yeah.
But like the little things that's happening day to day, I'm going to just keep that, to myself. The one person towards the end of the year, because one thing about me, I'm a straight shooter. Y'all know me. And the more comfortable, I am with you, is the, straighter it's gonna get. Me, I don't know how to like pretty things up. I don't know how to soften it so that it sounds, great, better than what it actually is. I'm just like, hey, blue is blue.
And you suck. No, I'm just kidding.
Blue is blue. But one person who did help me a lot was my mom. So if I had to filter a lot of things through my mom. I'm like, Mom, I want to say this, this, and this, but how do I say this in a way that's not offensive or rude, or it's going to be taken out of context?
And it's still professional.
And professional. So shout out to my mom. Yes. Listen, if it wasn't for her, people was going to be getting the straight, raw, uncut Christina.
She got to proofread your text messages.
Legit.
Like, hey, okay, we're going to take this out. We're going to take this out.
My emails. I'm like, I have to be on the phone with somebody. Give me the notes.
Right.
What should I say? Right. I'm like, okay, you said say this. Yeah. So.
Yeah. And I think what you're describing, it's like in those moments, that's really when not only is your patience tested, but your character is too.
Is it? Yeah.
It's all of that stuff.
Ooh, that's good.
A lot of it's a test, and that junk is hard. I understand too.
Yeah.
Firsthand. I understand.
Yeah.
And so it's like, but when you come out of that thing, you can look back at the decisions you made once the dust has settled, you know? And it's like, dang, I'm proud of how I handled that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what really lasts. You know what I'm saying? The character, just the overall, like, everything in me wants to, exactly what you said, wants to like
pop off.
Right. And everything. But I'm gonna deny that.
Rightfully so.
Right. So I think that's a great character builder. And that's the stuff that it's what's it called? Not for the long haul, but it has a lasting effect, I guess you would say.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it definitely stays with people.
Yeah.
Because you know what? People will always remember your talent. That's great. But furthermore, people will remember the interactions they had with you.
Yes.
That's it. Because you can find talent anywhere.
Yeah.
Especially today.
That's
I mean,
true.
but what kind of person are you though?
Right.
That's
You
it.
know what I'm saying?
And also, you never know who's watching.
Yes.
Facts.
You'll never know who is watching.
Facts.
Like, imagine like there's somebody on that set and hearing and they sympathize and they're like, yo, that's crazy. We about to move a whole set. What are they doing? But they see how, okay, man, she ain't lose a beat. She ain't trip.
On the
She's
outside.
like, and it's like, you know what? Right. But yeah,
I ain't
that's
gonna lie,
okay.
I was just
From the outside looking in, though, they don't know that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so
we-
now they're like, okay, yo, I got a project coming up. And you know what? I like how she does. I like the work she does, and I like how she handled that situation. Boom, I'm gonna have her over here. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you're always speaking. You know what I mean? And I think you have to set yourself up to put for more opportunities, essentially. And I think one of you just said it, but like a lot of people are talented, but not a lot of people have character.
Facts.
Like there's plenty of people that have talent, but can your character like also speak to your talent? You know what I'm saying? Can your level of character meet your level of talent? And I think those are the people also that go further. And like, because I know I can work with you. I know you're not going to try and do X, Y, and Z. I know you're going to take instruction with humility. And you know what I mean? And those are the people that people want to work with when it comes down to it at the end of the day. Yeah. You know?
Yeah.
And that's like a very big knock against creatives in general. Like whether I've worked with like producers, photographers, all these different people, and talent, you don't question it. But really, the type of person that you're going to get, even when it comes to, is this person going to show up on time?
Yes.
Are they going to turn things? And I'm guilty of it too sometimes, as far as, maybe not getting things in a timely manner all the time. Like
Same here.
But it's always trying to work on that, because I don't want that to be my character flaw.
Right.
You don't want to be known for that.
Exactly. I want the talent and the whole experience to really be on par with the work that you see from me. A lot of lessons.
Yes.
I can go on, but I really could go on.
Yeah. Let's get one more. Why not? No. All right, we're gonna put a lid on that.
How deep do we want to go?
How far down the rabbit hole do you want to go? You guys don't get that reference because you haven't seen The Matrix. So anyway, continue.
I sort of kind of get that
exactly,
a little bit.
But you don't fully get it because you haven't seen The Matrix.
I feel like that's a general like analogy though.
But it's ish, but it has been made more popular via the movie.
There's supposed to be like 2 of everything in the movie, right?
Huh?
I'm kind of going off of the Office. But I don't know if
because I was low key when I was watching it, and I was like, so is this a thing or?
No.
Because he was like in The Matrix, there's one.
It's not that there's 2 of a thing. Those are glitches in The Matrix.
Yeah.
So again, you guys have to see the movie. Because if I say more, I'm gonna spoil it. And we didn't do a spoiler alert for a movie that's been out for 12, 13, well, probably longer than that.
20-something years.
That was the early 2000s, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeesh. So yeah, if you haven't seen it at this point, it's your own fault. You didn't want to see it.
You're right, though.
Side note, Inside Out is a great movie. I'm just saying.
Yeah, we were talking about
that. Yeah, we were talking about that before we started.
It's not a great movie, though.
Oh, we going to talk about it?
We don't have to go into it because this ain't movie reviews, but Wonder Woman. God, that was so disappointing.
Wonder Woman 84 is trash.
And y'all know how I am. Like, I don't even really know Marvel like that. I know Marvel is different, but I enjoy the Marvel movies when I watch them. You know what I'm saying?
Preach,
But when we watched Wonder Woman the other night, I was like,
what in the is this?
All right.
Like,
wait, what is it?
Is going
you said Washington or DC or what's the company name?
DC.
Washington.
I'm like, so this what y'all doing over here? Like, y'all may need to go see what Marvel got going on because
this boy said, what's the name of the company? Washington?
Grandpa Will.
DC. Right. What it is?
Grandpa
put me on the space book.
Exactly.
I'm handsome. I'm happy.
Are you helping me?
That's an inside joke.
Insider.
I'm handsome. Are you helping me?
Oh, man. All right. Well, I think this is probably the shortest one that we've done.
Yeah.
We ain't done yet, though. We can't leave without saying one thing that inspired us. Ooh. I hope you got one today. That's not like, I inspired myself. Kanye.
I said that?
You did say that.
Yeah.
Who going first?
William.
Okay. What inspired me, right?
Mm-hmm. It's been a couple weeks, so
it has. You know
some.
what? I think Wonder Woman inspired me on how not to make a movie. I think, like,
HBO Max. If you want to sponsor us, just
holler at us.
Yeah,
holler at us. Like, don't listen to anything we just said.
We are still here.
And granted, I don't know the backstory of Wonder Woman, but the movie didn't help.
The first one. That's the thing. The first one was great.
Okay, so that's what I need to go watch.
We could go watch it right now.
Okay, so I need to go watch that. Then maybe we'll be having a different discussion.
Yeah.
But I'll say that's what inspired me to just have I didn't know what the story was. I couldn't really follow anything because it just didn't seem like there was anything to follow. But
listen, I fell asleep. He was editing pictures, which I know. Yeah, that's how I know he wasn't interested. He's like, mm-hmm.
Yeah.
William had no time for this movie at all.
I gave it a chance though. In
the fact that he even sat down to watch it was a chance all in itself.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Marvel, I'm not a Marvel fan per se, like they are, but I like Marvel movies. I will say.
They rarely miss.
Yeah.
DC, they rarely hit.
Yeah.
So.
Yes.
Joseph Stitt.
Well, I'm gonna keep this one a little bit in house, and I'm gonna say the two of you have really inspired me this past year. And as of recent it's a continual process because you guys just keep making dope stuff. But I think even yeah, man,
special.
Like, Christina has been on an absolute grind doing stuff with Creatives Are Essential and other projects that she has going on. And it just never seems to like cease to amaze me. Yeah. And also William is like, his ability to make something and turn it around so quickly and it looked dope. Like is
that
super
never ceases to
inspirational.
Amaze me.
And now he's starting to do like more, like get into graphic design and stuff too. And like even what he's starting off with is like, well, what is going on here?
Because I showed y'all the other day how my stuff started.
Yeah.
That's an episode right there.
Wait.
Miles and miles ahead of me.
Now my question is, how many likes or views do we have to get here for us to release some of those those
that
early
would be good. That would be good.
Y'all would want to see them too.
Oh my gosh. Christina
2010,
showed us
2011
the very
around that time?
first.
Yeah, 2010.
It was like a lot of mixtape covers.
Yeah.
Like and like
party
flyers. What were they?
They were club flyers. They were, mixtape covers. They were logos.
Oh, jeez. Man. Yeah. But so listen, so we need how many likes we need here?
On YouTube?
On YouTube?
It don't gotta be much.
Yeah.
Let's get a good 25.
25 what?
Likes? That ain't enough.
For YouTube, that's a lot though. You don't think? For like right now?
I don't know.
How about if we say let's get like 250 subscribers?
Okay, that's better.
I like that.
And then we'll start, unveiling
some
of the early work. Keep in mind, a lot of it was based on the time.
Yes.
We're in a completely different time.
This
was
already making
10, 11, 12 years ago. I'm just saying. Don't judge me and don't come for me.
But when you do see him, just remember the Christina you see today.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
My work now is it's two different people. It's two different people. You're looking at that was 17-year-old Christina.
Yeah.
My.
But yeah, so that's my inspiration. You two's.
Thanks, bud.
You're welcome.
I feel honored.
As you should.
I feel honored. Well, my inspiration, lately or more recently, the news broke that Jerry Lorenzo is no longer with Nike.
Yeah.
And he has moved to Adidas, where he will be making his own sub-brand with Adidas called Fear of God Athletics. And Jerry in general is dope.
Amazing.
The stuff that he designs is dope. And, Adidas, it seems like they give you a lot more freedom over there to kind of like do your own thing.
Yeah. So
I'm super excited to see, the stuff that they come out with. And Jerry, like he did this like promo video where he got the 3 stripes on his the tattoo on his neck, and everybody thought it was for Adidas. Well, I did. I'll speak for me.
I thought it was
Adidas.
Like, wow, he's invested.
Right. I'm like, I mean,
it's a bit much.
Do you want to do that? But then in watching the little promo video, it was actually to symbolize the Trinity. God, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. So it was good.
Yep.
It was really, really cool. So I'm excited to see, what that looks like going forward.
Me too.
And hopefully there's a guest that I have in mind that I want to get on the show. Who is, partnered with Fear of God Athletics. So maybe that's a conversation that we can have. So that would be dope.
Yeah. So yeah. Are you guys checks or stripes?
I think in the past I've definitely been more of a check. I mean right now I've got on like Adidas shoes, but I have on, and some people may find this horrible, but I have on Nike shorts with Adidas shoes.
How dare you?
Yeah,
What is wrong with you?
I'm
Get out of here.
I am so sorry if you are offended.
Guys, we'll have a new cast member next
right.
Mark.
Right. Yeah, Mark's right outside.
No, we're
kidding. He's waving.
He's like, "What? You want me to come?"
No, you're good.
You're good.
He's editing a vlog right now, but he's right out there. But yeah, I think I definitely lean more towards Nike, but I don't mind Adidas, but I would probably prefer Nike,
I'll say this. When it comes to comfort.
Yes, I was just about to say.
When it comes to comfort, Adidas definitely wins. And quality. Because listen, I have some expensive Nike Tech pants, and they just don't hold up like Adidas stuff does. But if we're going just based off of branding and the design of their shoes and apparel, it's
Nike.
Unfortunately 100% Nike.
Yeah, that's it. I go to Nike for the designs. I go to Adidas for the comfort.
Yeah,
but
listen though, Adidas, just like with Ivy Park and the other sub brands they got, they're coming
because you got not only Beyonce, Ivy Park, you got Kanye with Yeezy, you got Pharrell with the what's his called?
No idea.
I think it's like Human Nature
For
or something like that. And you got Jerry Lorenzo with Fear of God Athletics, so they know what they're doing.
Now I'm not gonna front with Jerry Lorenzo coming on. Now I'm like, I was already cool with Adidas, but now I'm like, okay, I'm hoping the Fear of God ones like with Nike, those was fresh to me.
Man, listen,
wouldn't pay all that money for them, but they're fresh.
We're gonna see how much those go up in price now that he's not there because and talking to Cece last week, we looked up how much Kanye's first 2 shoes with Nike, because remember he was signed with Nike too.
That's right, he was.
His first 2 shoes. If you're looking for the Red Octobers, the Yeezy 2s, those things start at $25,000. That is a whole car.
Man, get
it
out.
It is literally
a whole car.
Get out of here.
So, and a nice one. So, we'll see.
I won't go on for tangent, but like
I'll stick with my what is it, Ross? Ross and Burlington.
Hey, there be some come ups in Ross and Burlington,
right?
Though.
Look,
I got it at Ross. Hey,
go ahead.
We ain't sponsored yet, so we could just do whatever.
Last year's Tim's.
I got it at Ross.
That's funny.
Went in with $100. Walked out looking like a boss. I got
one
it
of my
at
favorite.
Ross.
One of my. Now we're really off. But one of my favorite Michael Scott quotes. He's like, if you have $100, or he said like
$600.
$600 going into Burlington, you're literally a king.
You are literally a king.
You walk out with the whole store.
Oh my gosh.
That's hilarious.
Shout out to The Office.
Well, we're going to wrap it up. One thing I do want to say is today we restocked the entire website.
Turn up.
Creatives are essentials. That's why I'm wearing this one, because this one had been out of stock for quite some time. So if you've been waiting on it, the definition tee.
Nice.
Yeah. So if you've been waiting on it, the stuff that you've wanted has been sold out, now is the time to get it while it's still fresh, because who knows when we're restocking again.
That's right. I love this color tone too. Like I think I have the lighter one too, but I think I gotta get this one too. So
Yeah, man.
I have to say too, that's probably still my favorite hoodie.
yeah,
Mint.
yeah, straight up.
It's just.
Oh man, I meant to bring my ice cream. Some
Mint chocolate
yeah,
chip.
some mint chocolate, and just eat it while we're like,
Right. You should have wore the mochas with it.
with this.
Mm-hmm. You could have made
Yeah,
it.
you could have made that brown and green. You could have made that work.
Oh man, I was thinking about it too, but
It's okay. You have these on. You know,
Yeah.
you got the Air Max. All right.
they couldn't
Air
see
Max
it.
and
So
the-
you made the reference. So I just
He
want
put,
to
Alright.
he put his foot up for those, but they probably could have seen it. Did they? Try it
Nah.
again.
All right, just do it one more time.
Yeah, they saw that. They saw that.
Look at that. Look at that. Look at that drip.
It'd be cool if they glowed in the dark.
They do.
They do.
They actually do. If you turn off the lights, yeah, it'll glow in the dark.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, any final words?
Have a great year. And
Final words from Grandpa Will.
Exactly. Like I'll see y'all at the end.
yeah,
I'll see y'all at the end of 2021.
Whatever, I'll say this, whatever you do this year or this month or whatever, just make sure it's purpose driven.
Yeah.
Purpose driven.
Come on.
And other than that, be a good person. And that's all I got to say.
It's turned into a
The
words of wisdom.
details.
Yeah, exactly. And the more you know. No,
Right.
I would say, hey man, just keep creating. Keep
Yeah.
creating, keep being inspired, and be intentional.
Yeah, man.
That
Good
too.
stuff.
Intent that us, yeah.
Well,
agree.
that's all we got. We'll see you 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks, we're trying to get a little rhythm down.
Come
So
on.
we'll see y'all in 2 weeks. Thanks for checking in. Subscribe on YouTube. Subscribe on any platform that you're listening to the podcast on. Leave us a comment or a rating and share it with a friend.
We're out.
Till next time, friends.
Later, skaters.
Peace.